Hello, hello, hello. We've started the live right bang on time. Hi, Morgan Lovely. Hi, yo. Just waiting for Kelly in the house. Hi, Eurodance boy. Gonna give you all a wave because that's what I'm like. So, thank you so much, everybody, for joining because hello.
Hi!
Yes. Wow, that was super quick.
Was it?
Yay!
I just got
Back
a
time.
notification, so here I am.
Oh God, your makeup's gorgeous. You look amazing. Are you ready for show?
Ah,
Are you ready?
a little bit. Still a few bits and bobs to do, but yeah, I tried to get ready so that I was
Yeah.
half done for when I spoke to you today.
Wow.
Oh,
That was super smooth because
mm,
literally I went bang on the dot
yeah.
and then I was like, I've been researching it, honestly, technical stuff. But like I say, the more we do these, right, or the more I do these, the easier and better it gets.
Yeah,
So thank you so much for coming on.
absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Woo!
Yes,
Enjoying the
man.
sunshine.
Woohoo! I've not seen you for ages. It's been
I know,
ages.
right? I know,
Yeah,
it's been ages. I
yeah.
need to put this somewhere. I'm trying to get a good spot because it's plugged in as well. So,
Okay.
you know,
So, Kelly,
there we go.
where are you now? Where are you?
I am in the back of the van
Okay.
at a festival in Bourne. In fact, if I just unplug you for a sec, I can take you for a little walk if you like.
Oh, love.
Oh, hang on.
Ooh.
Let me. Oh, I think I can turn it around as well. Oh, look, there we go.
Wow.
So that's where I was just then. Set up a
Yeah,
little space in the back of the van,
yeah.
and this is backstage. Hang on one sec. There's people everywhere. There's the whole thing
Wow.
going on. So backstage, and then all the tech stuff is there. If I just go around the other side, can you hear me? Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Cool. Okay, this is all our stuff here. Getting ready to do a thing. And then there's Corey and Deck and Stu
Yeah.
and Chris. Hi!
Hi.
Hi!
Hi.
Hi! So they're just doing a changeover now, getting
Brilliant.
all the tech sorted,
Yeah.
and yeah, so that's all our stuff there. That's the blue rack, and then this is the Stu and the sun, and yeah, this is the crowd gathering in the tent.
I love it. I love it. So where you're a bit quiet. I'll just see if I can turn you up my end. You're quite
Okay.
quiet.
It might be just because I've come in here. Let's go back outside. It's quite
Right,
loud
no, I
in
don't
here.
want to mess with it. What I was going to say, where are you? Did you say you're down south?
No, Bourne. It's literally half an hour from my house.
Really? Oh,
Yeah.
oh, right, okay. Cool.
Yes. So close to home. It's very strange.
And how is it on a Sunday? That's unusual, right? To have a gig on a Sunday.
Well, this is a whole weekend festival. So they did Friday night. Is that better
Yeah,
sound-wise? Yeah.
perfect.
So they did Friday nights yesterday, last night, and then today, and we're headlining, and it's all done and dusted by 8:30 this evening because they've got like council sound issues and they have to be
Okay,
all done and dusted,
I
and
get
that
you.
because it's a Sunday. So
So
yeah,
what's the name of the festival you're doing?
it's Bourne Beer Festival 2023.
Ooh, so lots of beer.
Yeah. Yeah, they have like loads and loads of kegs up at the back, and ciders and all sorts, and there's like fair rides out the other side,
Yeah,
and like food places and all sorts. Really, it's
yeah.
quite cool.
So anyway, thank you so much for doing this with me because
Okay.
I wanted to introduce you and your lovely husband Chris actually, but we've got you because
Yeah,
you come as a double act basically.
we do.
You guys work really hard, and I thought it warranted to do this Instagram live so that the 90s fans could get to know you, meet you, and know you exist because you are based in UK. You've been doing this a number of years,
Yeah.
and you're inspiring because
Thank you.
of what you do, and you just gig a lot, and you do 90s music,
Yeah.
and why not? So if anyone's got any questions, please put them into the comment box. We've got hello from Marbella.
Oh,
Marbella.
yeah.
Marbella.
Marbella.
Adams, Darvis, I think they've got that right. There's loads joining, by the way, so thank you everyone for joining, because I know the weather's lovely outside if you are in
It
the
is
UK.
insane.
Yes. Can you tell us, I know it's a bit loud there, can you tell us like what it is that you actually do and the name? It's Ultra 90s, isn't it, the name of the...
Yeah, it's Ultra 90s, trademarked, and we're currently evolving into Ultra 90s versus 2000s, because we're because the show's actually 15 years old this December.
Wow.
Which is absolutely bonkers and makes me feel really old. But I'm not loud, honest. And yeah, so we've kind of felt like there's been a sort of natural progression into the early 2000s. And we've been sort of it was like drummer was just like, oh no, wait, she's on the interview, quick, no, run away. It's like, oh no, I'm not going to talk to you. Yes, we felt this kind of natural progression, and obviously it's going to open up the market for the younger ones, because obviously the target market is like really 30-40-year-olds, isn't it?
Yeah.
So by going into the early 2000s, which really is when Chris and I got together in 99, so late 90s, early noughties is actually sort of where our heart is so far as music's concerned. And so yeah, it's felt like a real sort of natural progression. So with it being 15 years this December, we decided, okay, rather than try and do two separate shows, let's just evolve it into 90s versus noughties, because that seems to be the sort of thing that's happening. So you're gonna transition over, but for a long time, for 15 years, you've been 90s music, and you cover a range of songs, don't you, from the 90s? You have you have a band as well, and dancers. We have got dancers. We've got dancers today. We've got live guitar, live keys. Chris plays keyboards and does all the rapping and stuff. Corey is Chris's right hand man. You saw him with the big hair.
I actually thought that was a wig when I first met him. I was like, I'm so sorry. I think it was all right. I thought it was a wig.
People often go grab it, and he's like, it's actually my hair. Stop.
No, I wouldn't have grabbed his hair. But when I came to see you in Liverpool last January, I think it was
early February.
Early Feb. You guys were amazing. Honestly, it was such a fantastic show, because you do all the video background, you do the lights,
all the lights,
amazing.
I put a store. Oh look, Faith has just said hello. That's she's dancing with us today. That's my niece.
Hi, Faith.
My sister's daughter.
Hi.
She's just said hi. So there's a lot going on. It's not. I put a couple of stories up early hours of this morning, because Chris was sent. Anybody who's watching who's a bit techie will maybe get it, but maybe other people will be like, what is she talking about? So basically we should get sent for an event like this, like a picture, like a plan of all the lighting fixtures on the stage, where they are, and then they've got technical addresses and patch numbers and all the rest of it, and then we have to put it into our thing. We use Camsys, and then and Chris has to go through and check that everything's doing what it's supposed to do. And then we can have a little visual image of what the lights are doing on a kind of virtual stage, and then that transfers to the actual gig if everything goes right.
So does the music? So do you do two 45-minute spots?
And generally, we don't. I don't.
Like don't you? What?
No.
Oh, what do you do?
Straight through. 90 minutes.
Yeah. In fact, oh gosh, I don't know what happened there. That's hi Riffy. Riffy's just joined. So yeah, you go all the way through. So correct me if I'm wrong. Then do the songs connect with the lights?
Yes. Everything is completely programmed. So if it goes like ba ba ba, then the lights will go da da da.
Wow.
And,
oh, I love it.
It's all very, very cool.
Just can you come a bit closer? I can't. I want to really hear you. That's it, right?
Okay.
What I wanted to ask you then was, how did you get started, and what kind of inspired you? What was it? How did it all start? This?
Okay, so Chris and I met in '99. Although we think we met a bit before that. But like
In
his
the
mum and
past
dad
life.
well, yeah, probably.
Yeah.
But no, my his parents' family ran the local music shop in Grantham,
Okay.
and there's a story goes that I used to go down there on a Saturday afternoon, and he always used to be there on a Saturday afternoon. And there was one time I sat at one of the pianos playing chopsticks with this lad, which more than likely was Chris.
Okay.
So yeah, so we met then, and then I just rocked up to one of their band practices one day and was like, "Hi, I heard you need a singer," and they're like, "Oh my God, who's this?"
Yeah.
And actually, we didn't get on very well to start with. We actually couldn't stand each other.
Wow.
And then about 6 months later, of being, oh, I've got some glue issues.
Oh, bless you.
Oh no, I've got glue in my eye. There we go. That yeah, we just started to get a bit like everyone was like, "Oh, well, you two just get a room," kind of thing, and we were like,
Yeah,
"Oh,
yeah.
what are we on about?" And then we got together, and that'll be 24 years this September.
Wow, that's awesome. You guys work so well together. You do your bit, he does his bit, and it works, doesn't it? Ultra 90s is amazing. So what got
Yes,
you how did you begin singing? What was it? Because I know your sister also
yeah,
sings.
she
Your
does.
girl.
For me, if you speak to my mum, she'll say that I was singing before I could talk. And you
Right.
know, the kid with the hairbrush on a Sunday afternoon in front of the family, just dancing around the living room, going ah. I started doing like karaoke and stuff. But there was a time we went to Flamingo Land. I must have been, my mum and dad were still together, so I must have been, I don't know, 10 maybe. And they were like, "Oh yeah, you should sing the song. You should sing a song." And I sang Lisa Stansfield, "All Around the
That
World."
was me.
I've been around the world.
Me
I can
too.
find my baby. And
Oh man.
I remember we didn't even have like words on a screen. We were given like a cassette inlay, and I was like there like this with this like reading off of this thing. And then I remember looking up, and it just being a sea of people, and me being like, "Oh, oh my God." So yeah, that was quite funny. But I think we had a tape recording of it. Like I've probably got it somewhere.
Really?
Or it would be awful. It would be really awful. I'll just be like, "Who told you you could sing? What are you doing?" Oh,
So,
hi, Shell. Shell's just
oh,
joined.
hi, Shell. Hi, lovely. And
Yeah.
also,
So
yeah,
go
I
on.
want to say hi to Drake, Michigan. Hi, guys. And DJ Quicksilver's just
Oh,
joined
hi.
us.
Hi.
Yes. DJ Frederick, I think that says, and 90s Juliet, loads are joining here. It's lovely. This is quite
Oh,
a good
amazing.
time. I thought everyone would be out in the sunshine, you know, enjoying
Yeah.
themselves.
So did
So,
I.
do you come from a musical family then? Because both you and your sister sing.
My mum is really into her country music.
Oh,
Um,
love it. Mine too. Yeah.
which I, because of that, which I actually detest. Um, it's one of those things, isn't it? When you're forced into something as a child, you're
I
like,
never
no.
promised you a rose garden.
Oh yeah, that's like one of my mum's go-to
Mine
songs to
too.
sing on karaoke. But I'm not a fan at all. I'm just not a fan.
Oh,
Like
I don't
Shania,
mind it.
oh no, Shania Twain just grates. I just can't. I'm like, oh no, stop it.
Okay.
But I think it's just because I just had that forced upon me as a child. And you rebel against your parents, don't you? Well, I did. And
Okay.
yeah, so she just karaoke all the time, and she was always listening to music and stuff. And then I started doing karaoke, and then the band that Chris and I met in, there was a local karaoke that we used to do, and the guy that ran it, his niece was the lead singer for Countdown, this party function band type thing. And she was leaving, so he was like, "Oh yeah, you want to go and like work with them?" Because I was working with a disco soul funky, well, we were called the Funkin' Afros, and we had like afro wigs and big flares and boots and stuff,
Love
which was
it.
kind of cool. And he was just like, "Oh, they're not doing a lot, you should go and join these guys." So yeah, I rocked up and I was like, "I want to be in your band." And they were like, "Who the hell are you?" And one thing led to another. Chris and I got together. We left that band and started Project X Duo, which was just the two of us doing just general covers from 70s, 80s and doing like the clubs and hotels and pubs and stuff all over the country. Did a couple of seasons like covering out in, well, we did actually do 2 seasons in Japan when we first started.
Wow.
Which was incredible. Absolutely incredible. I highly recommend Japan. And then we did like a couple of weeks cover for like Thompson Gold hotels in Spain, and you know, bits and bobs like that. And then we put together the Funk Project for a year or 2, and that was disco, soul, and Motown. And then we were supposed to go out to Dubai or somewhere for 6 months, and it never happened because one thing or another we ended up getting compensation for it and stuff, because it was like they kept moving the date. We were like, I just want to go. And then eventually we stayed, and then we put together the Quantum Project, which my sister Michelle, who joined a minute ago, who was involved with at one point. And we basically we started doing the program lighting thing, but it was really, really complex back then. It's a lot easier now. And we never had video though back then. And but we were doing like medleys, so we had like 70s. We started with like a Motown medley, you know, like ain't no mountain high enough, and all that kind of thing. And then we had like an 80s medley, which was like girls just want to have fun type vibes, you know.
Disco.
Yeah, and then we had like a 70s disco thing. And then we did a 90s dance thing. And literally everywhere we went from 2005 to 2008, everyone was just like, oh, the show's great, but the 90s, oh my God, you know, they were just like, wow, this is insane. And we were like, And then at the end of 2008, we were like, okay, let's have the 90s show. So we had Ultra 90s. We had the Motowners for a while, but all our energy just fell into Ultra 90s. And I also went out as an Amy Winehouse tribute for a few years.
Okay.
Would you believe?
Amy Winehouse. Wow. I bet you did well with that. I bet you did well with that.
Yeah, it was really good. Declan's just joined. Where is he? He's somewhere. That's our drummer. He's just joined the chat. He's see if I talk about it. That's why he's joined.
What time you on, Kel? What time you on?
6:45.
Okay. Right. It would be amazing if you could do a little piece of live on your channel, you know.
I could ask Corey. I know he's got. Oh, actually, we've got a few people. I'll get Shell to do it.
Yeah, I'll just put it out. Yeah, that'd be awesome. Just a bit, not all the show, obviously, but well, it's up to you if you want to give all the show. But you know, if there's anyone on here who wants to book you, then who knows? That's a good thing, right? They get to see.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, see what you do because you're amazing. Who's your influences? Would you say like artists, bands, musical influences?
As a child, I'm gonna admit this. Okay, as a child, I was a huge Kylie Minogue fan.
Okay.
Huge, like literally had every single single on vinyl. I'm really showing my age now, aren't I? And up until I think The Word Is Out, and then we moved over to CD, I think.
Okay.
So. But, you know, it's not all bad. It's all very poppy and, you know, happy, smiley type of thing. But as I got older, I got really into the likes of Shaka Khan. Yeah. Absolutely love Shaka. She's incredible. Billie Holiday, Ella Fitzgerald, that kind of vibes. Which I suppose is why the Amy Winehouse thing worked quite well, because she's heavily influenced by that sort of thing. And then just dance music. I just love house, dance anthems, drum and bass, all of that, you know, big gospel type vocals, and just feel good, sing along, happy, you know, a lot of the lyrics I find with the 90s tracks are really uplifting and positive, and about being your best self and believing, and you know, all that kind of thing, which, as you know, is we're all about that.
Yeah, love it, love it, love it. You had a question further up from Morgan. She said, "What's your favourite '90s track, if you've got one?"
Ah, now I get asked this a lot. I get asked this a lot, and
Yeah,
to sing,
yeah.
my favourite, is probably "Show Me Love,"
Wow.
Robin
Okay.
S.
Great song.
I
Great
just love
song.
it.
Yeah,
But shortly behind that is probably "Don't Stop Moving," Living Joy.
yeah.
Because of the words, I just love the words in it. It's just amazing.
Yeah,
Just all about going for it and just you can
yeah.
so I really like that. And then but to listen to, I have an absolute favorite banger from the 90s, and that is Silence Delirium.
Okay. And that's
Absolutely
what
love
moves
that.
you. That's what gets you going.
It just gets me right there in the feels. We actually use it to do to like close our nights when we do our own nights where we sell tickets and we do the whole night. Corey DJs after we finished for half an hour, 45 minutes, and it's always the very, very last song that we play.
Right.
I
That's
don't
very
sing
good.
it. I don't sing
Just
it because
that that
yeah,
that's a really hard question because you do so much. You do so many songs. That was a
yeah.
really tough question. That's so that was really good. What advice would you give to aspiring singers who are coming into the music business? I know that is no. So Michelle, your sister, is a singer, and
Yep,
then Faith, your niece, Michelle's daughter, is a dancer.
yep.
So, what would you say to someone coming in the music business? Would you give any advice on that?
I would say the main thing is to be nice to people. It doesn't matter how good you are.
Yeah.
If you're a bit of a dick, then people are not gonna. Do you know what I mean? They're just
Yeah.
like. And I've said this before because I've worked with people before who can be like really off, and you could be the best singer in the world, but we've all heard the stories of people who are just like they're like, oh,
Yeah.
she was a bit,
Yeah.
and there's no need for it. There's no need for it. It
No.
doesn't cost anything to be nice to people,
No.
and you
True.
don't know what's going on in other people's lives. So that'll be my main thing.
Yeah.
And then shortly after that, I just say believe in yourself and just go for it. Don't let anybody. I think we do struggle in this industry that a lot of people think it's not a real job, and I can assure you it is. And I can assure you it's really hard work. Not that I wouldn't change anything, it is extremely hard work and we probably don't get paid as much as we ought to.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't change it for the world. And I get to get up in the week and do, if I want to have the day off and I want to go for a walk in the sunshine, then I can, and I make those choices myself.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's if you've committed to something, even if you're not feeling up to it or whatever, you've got to go and do it.
Yeah.
And
it is many
really
unflexible hours, isn't it? So you could work in like a Saturday till early hours of the morning. It's quite common, isn't it?
And we very, very often miss out on like family stuff.
Yeah.
Because we're the entertainment at the end of the day. So
yeah, I just love it. I love it. How do you keep so fit and healthy on the road doing what you do?
Mainly intermittent fasting. I do that daily, between 16 and 20 hours a day. I don't eat. I won't eat anything until after the show today.
Yeah.
And people immediately think, oh God, you're gonna die. Like,
no.
What? And no, not at all. I've got way more energy to, like, if I'd had a meal and then went on stage, I'd be all sluggish and like,
yeah.
So it's better for me, and it makes it easier to deal with being on the road as well, because it's often quite difficult to eat healthily on the road.
Yes.
So if you're only eating once a day, it makes it a little bit easier to not eat rubbish.
Totally agree. Do you guys do you do for your group, because you've got a band and everything, do you have a rider? Do you have like a dressing room with a rider, or is the van? where you
Not
go?
really.
Yeah.
When we're on our bigger like ticketed gigs, Michelle comes on and helps out with like merch and stuff, and she does all the catering. So she'll
Okay.
actually cook for us, and I'll often have whatever they have. They'll have like 3 hours before the
Yeah.
show, and then I'll just have it on a plate and mic it up later. If after the show, if I'm feeling like I want something, or I'll just have like a really small portion or something, because I really don't like eating any like hot food before a gig.
Yeah.
Like even if I do eat something, it's probably just salad, or just
Something
something
light.
snacky. Yeah, something really light.
Do you warm up vocally? Do you get to
Yep.
warm up? Do you?
Yeah. That'd be something I would say to aspiring singers is it's got to be a daily thing. You can't just do it on gig days. Like I do like meditation and breathing and stuff like every day, particularly in the shower, because that's really good while you're in the shower. If it's just gentle humming. Yeah, tour mum. Yeah, there she is.
Hello, tour mum.
And like I've got like a vocal coach app on my phone that I use quite regularly.
Okay.
And I highly recommend Brett Manning for singing, because he's amazing.
Yeah, I love him too. I've got his CDs.
Yeah, he's awesome.
Yeah.
And I think just like, I mean, I'll occasionally have a drink after the show, like I'll have a gin and tonic or something. But drinking is bad news for singing. Like, it's just bad news.
Yeah.
I know I shouldn't really have coffee, but I am a massive coffee fan, so that's not going anywhere anytime soon.
Yeah.
So I just deal with that. But lots of water. We go to the gym 3 times a week, doing weights.
Brilliant.
I try and do a 10-minute run every day. I have little spouts where I just go really slack with it, and then I'm like, come on, sort yourself out. And then I've been back on it for about a week now, where I've been out every day. As soon as I get up, I just throw some clothes on, get out, have an espresso, and get out the door.
Yeah.
And then it's done, and then I feel like I'm ready for the day.
It's so useful. You're so right. Anything like that is good for the lungs, isn't it? Swimming or running. So definitely. Because it is so important. I think people underestimate it's like an athlete, isn't it? We have to keep this, supple.
Yeah, it's muscle. And I mean, I dance and sing as well.
Yeah, you do.
When we've got dancers, there's part of the routines and stuff that I do as well. So I've got to be able to manage singing and moving as well, which is, it can be quite intense. And a lot of the songs that we do are really big songs. You're talking like CC Peniston and Robin S. And Living Joy and Kelly Lorena, like all these really big vocals. So yeah, I've got to keep in top shape, otherwise I can't do it.
I know, yeah. I think it's fab. So you've always been in the UK for the past 15 years. Has there any opportunity, do you think, for the near future or long-term future, for you to maybe go abroad with this show? Or
it's not out of the question, but it is challenging because of the technical setup. It would be quite difficult for us to fly somewhere. If we were to like take the van and go on a boat and then drive the other side, that would probably work. We may actually be doing a mini cruise early next year, which I'm waiting to confirm, which is just like 2 nights. I think it's like Amsterdam and back or something. Nice. But yeah, I think we always talk about it, because like it would be insane to like do this in the south of Spain or Marbella or Ibiza or something, because of the nature of what it is. It'd just be mega. But it's just quite challenging with the
I'm glad you mentioned that, because I need to speak to you about that, actually, about some of the Canary Islands. I'll have a chat with you about that, because I know someone who's over there and I'll be working with her, and she's always had this dream to do something over there. But I'll have a chat with you about that, so I'm glad we mentioned that. So before I ask you any more questions or anything, I just wanted to say, and I forgot to tell you at the beginning, I wanted just to say thank you so much to you And Chris, well, you as well, or you mainly, because without you giving me Twitch, it was thanks to you that I got a Max Rapper, really. So
Yeah, you
yeah,
did. Yeah, and it's been
thank
really
you.
good as well, hasn't it? It's been
Yeah,
great to have had that.
yeah,
It was nice to be able to put,
thank you.
someone, because at that time Twitch was working with us quite a lot, and it was nice to be able to give him that opportunity to do something different, and he's obviously still doing it, which
Yep.
is great.
It's been 5 years now. Obviously,
Ah,
I
wow.
know 5 years. Aside from obviously the 2 years in lockdown, but yeah, we've been together since 5 years, and I just feel like we're going from strength to strength. And I feel that all the training that he did with you, or all the work that he did with you, sorry, is giving
Yeah,
him really good foundation.
yeah.
Yeah, because I know you guys work really hard. So do you know what I mean? Hello, Elyse. Hello to Ultra 90s. That's
Hi,
Frederic.
Frederick.
Yes. So what's next, and where can people find you?
Oh,
What
if you Google Ultra 90s, we're literally everywhere. But ultra90s.com, pxproductions.com, because PX Productions is actually our company. Because we have Ultra 90s. Obviously, we used to have the Motowners and Jamie Winehouse, and we also used to have Ultra 90s Fresh, and which became Fresh 90s, and we still have Ultra 90s Jam, which is now just 90s Jam.
Okay.
And then Chris and I also write our own
Ooh,
stuff,
okay.
our original material, which is under the name Borkertas, my maiden name. And that is quite cyberpunk synth wave type of vibes, which is quite cool. So again, if you Google Borkertas, you'll definitely
On
find it.
SoundCloud. On SoundCloud.
Yeah, SoundCloud, YouTube, like Facebook, all that. And then Ultra 90s, or the Ultra 90s, or Ultra 90s versus Noughties. So, but if you Google Ultra 90s, you'll find everything, and it's all on our website as well.
It's a great name. Did you think of the name? I love it.
Ultra 90s. Well, when we first put it together, we had like pages and pages and pages of ideas. And obviously, being kind of in the tribute market, we were trying to look for like play on words and stuff. And it's really a play on Ultranate. But we don't actually do Free by Ultranate, would you believe? I think we're planning on doing it, because there's been a remix that was done a couple of years ago, and it really fits with the 90s versus noughties vibe, because it's a 90s track, but they've revamped it to sound really noughties, so it sounds more, I don't know, it's just a different sound, isn't it? The dance thing, it's just evolved kind of thing. So so we probably will be putting it in, but yeah, it was a play on Ultra 90s, and I think it was my idea.
I love it. I love it. I love it. So you've got 2 dancers, or have you got more?
We've got 10 in total.
Wow.
All over
10 dancers.
the country.
Yeah.
All over the country. Emma's our dance captain at the moment.
Okay.
But she's probably going to want to be hanging up her dancing shoes to settle down and have babies and things. So my niece, Faith, who's only 16, would you believe, is after her job. So she's in training to be dance captain in a year or two, and she's going to Addict in Leicester in September. She's got a place at Addict, which is actually really hard to get into. So
is it?
she's awesome. Yeah, she's awesome. She's got a place there.
Keeping it in the family, right?
Yeah, definitely.
It's a family little business. It's lovely. What's the diary looking like for next year already, and the rest of this year?
This year is absolutely mental. I think we've got one Saturday left.
Wow.
To fill. Got a few weekdays in summer, because like, even though they don't pay as well, we frequently do holiday parks on like the south coast and stuff. Which they absolutely go nuts for, this kind of thing, which is kind of weird, because when we first put it together, a lot of our agents were like, just didn't get it. They were just like, oh no, it's a bit too dancey, don't you want to put some like Spice Girls in and S Club? And we were like, no, we don't. We don't want to do that. We're not doing the cheesy stuff. Not that there's anything wrong with it, you know. I can bop along to any of that sort of stuff as much as the next person, but it's just not our style. We're all about the dance anthems and the real big, you know, the really big tunes, and yeah, they go nuts for it on holiday parks. It's crazy. And we often see people who are like, we saw you at Woolacombe Bay 10 years ago, and we're like, oh my days.
Wow, you're so well established, and it's such a great business ethos that you have, and you know it's all credit to you really, and to Chris, but to you mainly because you're the driver around behind it. They always say, don't they, there's always behind every successful man there's a woman that go ooh.
Well, it's weird because that is definitely the case, but so far as like the face of it, like Chris is the foundation of it all. Like it wouldn't be a thing if it wasn't for him. He's so clever. The lighting, the sound, the tracks, the video, like he does all of it, and he plays and he sings,
and he raps.
Just like he just does all of the things, you know. And but he doesn't like to be like, he wouldn't come and do this. Like he'd just be like, oh hi, awkward, bye. and be off. And he hates, like he doesn't enjoy the whole sort of like going out and talking to people and stuff as well. He's like, that's my job, that's what I do. And he's it will still be like, you know, he's quite happy to like chat to people, and you know, he's not going to be like, oh no, don't talk to me, but it's just not his thing. You know, he's quite happy to just let me go and do that. And
in fact, talking about being like social and chatting, me and you actually went away together, didn't we?
We did, yeah.
Because where we live, I'm in Manchester and you're in Grantham, which is near Grantham, not near Nottingham.
It's not far from Nottingham.
Okay. So we met halfway and we stayed in a hotel. Was it about 18 months ago now? Because
it must be.
Because when we get together, we just talk like for hours. And so we were like, right, we just need to just meet up, have a spa day, which we did, and just relax and chill. And we ate some really nice food. It was so nice, wasn't it?
Yeah, we should do it again soon.
Yeah,
definitely.
Yeah.
Oh, I know what I was going to mention actually. About because I know there's like some people that have joined that have seen you guys and that, and I don't think there's many people that realise what we did in 2020 before everything went pear-shaped. But we had a huge tour booked in 2020, but we only got to do 5 of the 20 dates. And that was incorporating some of the actual original artists from the 90s, which is what you saw in Liverpool. That was one of the rescheduled dates last year. But yeah, we worked with Luzanne, Live and Joy, Danielle, Evan Cookie, Kelly Lorena, Baby D, and Capella. Unfortunately, obviously we lost Marcus, but we have got it on the cards to be able to do it again with Vicky and Jay.
Brilliant.
But obviously we need to do some rejigging and rehearsals and stuff. But we've had Darioji as well. His set's actually really cool. And we have the capability to do that. So for anybody who's not seen it, who doesn't really get it, so we've got our full show with the lights and the video and the dancers and the costumes and all the rest of it, and the band.
Brilliant.
And then there's a bit where like I'll go off stage. There's this huge video intro, and then Kelly Lorena comes out and does her like 15-20 minute set with our production, with our musicians and all the rest of it. And then she finishes, I come back out, we do a bit, I go off, and then Baby D comes out, like that kind of thing. So that was incredible. It was such an amazing opportunity, and we've made some like lifelong friends from it as well. Like really, really close to Baby D and Luzanne, Live and Joy. And I speak to Danielle frequently, and you know, Kelly's on the end of a text message at any point, and we're working with a couple of them in August. So
Nice.
yeah, it's really cool to be able to do
what's
that.
the name of that show then, Kelly? What have you named that?
It is just Ultra 90s, but it was branded as Ultra 90s Dance Anthems Live.
Okay.
And we had like a different image for like the poster and stuff, but the logo was still the same. Yeah, so we just offer that as a thing. Obviously, it's got its own added costs. But we can offer that. We're like, this is the show, but if you want one of the artists, you can have this one, and then we organise that for anyone who's available.
Yeah, I love it. I love
really
it.
Cool.
Yeah, in fact, I'd love to come and see you guys again. I don't know when you're up north at all.
Yeah, we'll have to check the diary.
Okay, I'm just waving back to anyone. Has anyone got any questions to ask Kelly? Anything? Yay. It's 40 minutes has gone already, you know. It's just gone so fast.
We just chat forever.
I love it.
Crazy.
I love it. Oh, thank you. Thanks so much. It's been awesome. Yeah, so all good.
Yeah, I don't know if oh look, there's the guitarist wandering off with his guitar, ready to do something. Yeah, the team's amazing as well. Like we've got a really nice I can't wait to see you on the 8th of July. Oh, Casey Lee. Hi, see you in July. Oh, what's your favourite MAXX song? Ooh. Ooh, what's my favourite MAXX song? I'd say No More. I like No More. We've never done it. We used to do Getaway. But yeah, No More. I like it because it's quite melodic and I like, you know, that kind of thing.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. It's so...
That was one that you actually sang as well, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's probably one of the weirdest things because we're friends and friends with like Baby D and all the other guys. I find it really weird sometimes when I like watch a video or listen to like a CD or an album or whatever, and I'm like, I know these people. It's really strange. It's like a really weird thing. And I think for Chris, when he was writing the show with the artists in, he kept having these little like mad things sat in the studio going, oh, I listened to these when I was like a teenager. And now I'm like writing their set in our show. And it's just like, what?
Yes.
and then actually working with them, it's just crazy. What's Frederic saying? What's your favourite anthem from the 90s? Ooh, Silence. Yeah, Silence, Delirium, hands down. There's so many, but I hear that as soon as it starts, I'm like, you know, and it's such a big song, and it's so, I don't know what it is. I don't know, maybe it's because it was a big tune when we were going out late 90s clubbing and stuff, but it's just such a great tune. Such a great tune.
I love it. DJ Paul Brugels asks, when are you coming to the Netherlands? I think he means MAXX.
Yeah, probably.
You're based UK, so yeah, we don't know yet. We haven't got anything for Netherlands this year.
I mean, we'd like to come to the Netherlands. So, you know, if anyone can make that happen. Here we are.
I think you guys would be really great if you could get on the road and like really, you'd be great to really start a festival off, you know.
We should do like a European tour.
Ooh,
that would be cool.
That's
on the cards. That's on my vision board.
Yeah. So the van that you're in now, does that hold all your equipment in?
Yes, unless we have a oh look, here's the main man himself.
Oh. Hi, Chris.
Hello.
Hey. We've been talking about you.
He's like, hi, see what I mean? He's just like, hi, bye. And he's off. Oh, bless him. Yeah, it's on the vision board to do a European tour. I think that'd be ace. And also Marcus, before he left us, bless him, he was talking about pushing our show with the artist, because I mean, as you know, like most of the artists only really do like 20 minutes, maybe 30 minutes, 45 if they throw a few covers in and whatever. But obviously, if they were to book us, I know it's a bit more of a faff with all the gear and everything, but it's like we could do like a 2.5, 3 hour show, and then have 3, 4, 5 of the artists come in and do their bit, but in the show, rather than it just being like, oh, here's me for 20 minutes doing 3 songs and then off, and then somebody else, and you know what I mean? So that's what I was trying to push, but you know, COVID had other ideas.
It's a really good concept that you've got, and I don't think anybody else is doing it. You know, a live band with singers and dancers, and also with 90s artists themselves. It's really different.
Not like there are a few. I've seen that Dee and Luzanne have done a few gigs lately with a band.
Okay. Oh yeah.
But again, it's just with the band. It's not like not that there's anything wrong with that. You know, that's fine. It's great. But yeah, it's still what we're doing is pretty unique. It's not. There's not anybody doing anything like the way that we do it.
Yeah. It's so cool, so cool.
And there's lots of transitions as well, and like we don't really do any full songs. I'm trying to think. No, we don't really do any full songs.
So you move from one song into the next. You transition from one, and they're quite short, like. Yeah,
and Chris is also with the transition to 2000s. He's really working on his own mashups. So like he's listening to DJs and we're listening to tracks that we like, and then we're like, oh, I think the vocal from that fits over that, and then we're like, oh, we could do a thing. Like at the moment we do a thing with Insomnia by Faithless into Animals, Martin Garrix.
Wow, I'd like to hear that, but that's amazing.
Yeah, and it's a bit like when Chris first came up with it, he sent me a little clip of he was working in the studio and I was out somewhere, and he sent me a little clip and he was like, oh, what do you think of this? And I was like, ooh. You know, and it was really like, where did he get that? Where did that idea come from? And he's like, I don't know, just came to me. And it's just you can see the crowd are like, because there's like a sound from Animals that he'll put in Insomnia, and you can see some people are like, oh, I recognise, oh, that sounds, and then they just carry on because they're like, oh no, you know, it's Insomnia or whatever, and then it like does something that drops into it, and then everyone's just like, oh my god, you know, because it's just
love it. I love it that you can do that. You've got the flexibility to work with your set and to test it out and see what works right with the audience.
We've had a few times where we've put a new thing in and then we've done it and we've been like, oh, well that didn't go down like I thought it was going to. And then we're like, maybe it was too long, or you know, the build wasn't right or whatever, and then Chris goes back into the studio crying because it takes loads of time, and he thought it was going to work and it didn't, and he's like, but then, you know, we have got that flexibility to, it is a lot of work because it's not just tracks, it's the click tracks and the cues and the dancers and the lighting and the video, and then everybody learning their parts, and then we're like, oh, by the way, we've just changed that again.
I get you.
But once it works and it's running, then we're good, because we're like, right, that works now. And
do you have in-ear monitors, Kel?
We do. We're all on in-ears.
Do you have like a special brand of that or anything, or?
All of our in-ear systems are Sennheiser, but we're all depending on what we. I think a couple of the boys have got Shure in-ears. I had Shures for years, and then I got my mould, so I've got some Ultimate ears that were very expensive, but are amazing. And Chris and Deck, drummer, they've both got JH Audio. Which
Did you say Ultimate ears?
Yeah, mine are Ultimate ears.
I've got them. In fact, mine are here. What colour did you get?
It's my little box with my name on it.
Oh, I don't know what I did with my box.
Oh God, I've got to keep my box. Oh, that's a nice colour.
Do you like that?
I went for black and silver.
Ooh.
because
You wear a lot of black.
most of my costumes.
Oh, let
are
me
black
see.
and
Put
silver.
forward. I can't see. Oh, they're nice. Oh, we've got the
Yeah.
same. Oh, how
Yeah.
frigging cool.
I think I went for fives.
What do you mean fives?
Like there's ultimate ear UE5, UE7,
Oh, I don't know that.
UE9.
I
Yeah,
can't remember.
oh no, mine are sevens.
Where does it say? Will it say on mine or on the
Mine
box?
say
Oh, I don't know.
I've got my initials on the clear bit on the inside, and then it says above my initials.
Oh, so when you ordered them,
Yeah.
is that what you asked for them to modify? If I would have known, I would have got mine, but I needed mine really quick. Mine, and there's a story behind mine.
Go on.
It's quite a sad story, but then it's a happy story. Yeah. My beautiful stepfather, he's more like my dad, Harry. Before he passed in 2018 of the Christmas, he died in January 2018. In the December, he said for Christmas, he said, order yourself some, because remember I did a really big show in Mannheim, Germany, Sunshine Live.
Yeah.
And I did, because back in the day, I really didn't know about these. They didn't have these 30 years ago. So I really struggled with the monitors at the front, not having any of these, and there was like 10 or maybe 15,000 in the crowd. Anyway, on the Monday,
I can't imagine that.
Awful.
That'd be insane without in ears. Oh,
yeah. When I got home on the Monday, completely lost my voice, gone. So I phoned up a producer I know down south, and I was like, I don't know what I've done wrong. And he's like, but he was chatting to me, and he said, have you got any in-ears? And I'm like, what? He said, yeah. He said, you should be having in-ears. So anyway, these were a gift off my beautiful stepfather before he died. So it's really significant, because when I go gigging and I pop these in, I've got a piece of him with me.
Of course, yeah, that's amazing. You must have had your molds done, though.
Yeah, that's what you have to have done, don't you? You have your ear molds done at Specsavers. It's like, what?
Oh, we had ours done at Custom IEMs in Hertfordshire.
I don't.
In Hertfordshire.
No.
We went down, and they're actually really good. Paul's amazing.
Right.
He's Custom IEMs, everyone. He's if you book an appointment with him, he'll do your he'll get if you tell him like your price range, because he's not going to let you try something that is way over your price range. But if you tell him how much you roughly want to spend, then he'll get all the different brands out that fit in that price bracket, and you can just try them. And so we went down.
You can actually try the in-ears.
Because they all sound different.
Oh wow, that's really good to know, because you know why? It's a sad story, really. Well, it's kind of. My old singing teacher, bless her, she's so beautiful. She lives not far from me. She lives in Stockport, and she's having some treatment at the moment for. She's having chemo, and so it's affected vocal cords. And she is a singer through and through. She's been singing since she was 18 professionally. Anyway, I ordered her some in-ears from a company online, because it was affordability for her or whatever. Anyway, they were fine at home, but once she started and she went out, she couldn't. They were too quiet. So I could do with that guy's number, and I might actually forward it to her. I'm just waving back to everyone. Wow, we've had so many people join today. I wanted to say hi to Sam, because Sam popped on. There's loads on here. Thank you to everyone who's just joined today. It's been amazing. Your website, if anyone needs to book you for any shows, where would they go? Would it be PX Productions or
Ultra90s.com? Ultra90s.com, or just via Facebook Messenger on the Facebook page. It comes through to me. Sometimes people ring, but I'm not much of one for phone calls. I prefer emails. Because I can deal with them in my own time, kind of thing. But I generally get back to people. If we're out gigging, it's usually a couple of days. But If we're at home in the week, it's usually within 48 hours that I get back to my
Okay.
phone, so
Okay.
cool. Look at all these love hearts.
Yay!
Oh.
Oh, everyone's so lovely. And thanks to everyone, to all the 90s fans who've embraced Kelly here, because, you know, I'm doing these Instagram lives mainly because, well, there's a lot of reasons. And one is to actually get more confident with technical stuff, to get my face out there as Max, because I've changed my name, you know, so it is a bit confusing for people, even me. And also, who am I? And also reconnect with the fans, and most importantly connect with other artists, and what you're doing is amazing. So I wanted to bring you into the fold so that people, if they wanted to follow you or connect with you or hire you, obviously in the UK at the moment, but you're open to going abroad, that is just awesome, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's just amazing, Cal, what you're doing. I'm so proud of you. So if everyone wants to go over and follow you now on Instagram, Ultra 90s Versus, so VS not S, but I'll put, when I do the replay, I'll put all the links there anyway. Then in fact, I wonder if I could put that in the comments. So it's Ultra,
probably.
And let's do it. Ultra 90s Versus not S.
Please keep the 90s alive. We're trying. Yes, that's what we're doing.
Yay! Oh, I think no, right, okay. So basically, if people go over to your Instagram page and you guys are going to...
Candice, that's one of our dancers who's just joined. Hi, Candice.
Hello. Candice, did you say?
Yeah, she was with us yesterday.
Hi, Candice. Hello. Then if you're going to do a bit of a live or something tonight.
Yeah, I'll see if Michelle, if you're still on, I'll see if you can take my phone or yours.
Yeah.
She might be able to log into ours and just do a little.
And we can watch some of your 90s show, can't we? Yeah. Oh, Kelly, it's been amazing.
Any special requests? Any particular songs anybody would like to hear? And I'll see if there's a bit in the show that we could do, maybe.
Really?
Yeah.
All right, you can take the instruments.
Oh, look, right. So this is what goes on, right? So before when we first got here, they basically unloaded the van and made it so that I could make myself a little station in here. But we've got this. There's one of my costumes.
Ooh, let me see. Oh, that's lovely.
So we've got some helping hands as well. So the side door in our van is where we keep all the instruments and the costumes and cases and things. So that's what they're doing now.
Yeah.
Just like
taking them backstage.
Yeah. Oh, hello. I could. Oh, careful. Let me move that over there. It's a box of CDs. So like all the hang on, let me just flip you around again. All the suitcases, that's all the costumes and the masks and the hats and whatever. And there's Stu doing his thing. Off he goes. So they're just gonna get all the instruments in. Like we're not on for a while, but it's like it creeps up so quickly. It's like one minute you're like, oh, we've got hours, and then you're like, oh crap, we're on in 10 minutes.
I know that one, because we get chatting, don't we? Or
you're just like, oh, I've got ages, it's fine, and then all of a sudden you're like, we've also got a thing where generally we play a particular bunch of songs before we go on, and if someone else is in charge of it, we ask them to play Killer by Damsky before we hit go, or we play it. And we've had this thing lately where like all the guys are like, they're just out and about or like doing another job somewhere. And it comes on the radio and they just instantly like, oh crap, I'm not ready. And then they're like, oh no, it's fine. It's not, I'm not a gig. It's really funny.
We were actually we had Killer song in our set back at the beginning. I've got it on backing track somewhere, but when we first started, just to fill up the set, but not realizing because Max has got an album. We can do album songs, but that's why really we gig more in Europe and Scandinavian countries than we do UK. I think in the UK People do know Max, you know, Get Away and No More,
Yeah,
but they don't know the name Max. So that's
yeah.
part of my thing as well, is to get us really on the map, really.
But
And
that's our other thing really when we're putting tracks in. It's like there's often tracks that I absolutely love, but I know they're not going to work.
yeah,
And yes, Frederic, the Seal song,
yeah,
that's the one. And like, you know, there'll be people that know it, but not enough people
yeah,
that know it. Do you know what I mean?
yeah,
So you need to we need to find songs that are going to appeal to most people, not
yeah,
some people, you know.
yeah,
So
absolutely, yeah.
I mean the trance medley at the minute is quite new. We've been doing that since October.
Yeah.
And one of my favourite trance tunes is Bullet in the Gun by Planet Perfecto.
Okay.
And when Chris said he was definitely putting it in, I was like, yay, this is so cool. And the backing vocals are really cool, and I have to go into the studio and put them down and stuff as well. Hi, Shelley. And sometimes I do see people in the audience who are like, do I recognise this? You know, they sort of have that puzzled look on their face. But the ones that do are so with it. They're so in the moment. You're like, you lock eyes with them and they're just like, oh, I love this tune, you know, and you can just see them like transported back and they're just in a club or whatever.
Yeah.
And it's really cool to just have that like connection. And I think with the trance stuff,
yeah,
I think people just aren't expecting it with a live band.
Yeah.
And when we first did it in October, we actually did it in a holiday park in Woolacombe Bay. And it's actually a really funny story because there's a classic trance group page on Facebook that's got like 50,000 people on it.
Mm-hmm.
And I follow it as well. And this guy was on holiday at this holiday park in Devon with his kids. And he starts videoing us doing this trance set. And he posts it on the classic trance page on Facebook. And he's like, oh my God, like I'm at this holiday park expecting some like Robbie Williams tribute or some crazy magic act or something.
Yeah.
And he's like, these guys come on. And I'm like, what? And then there's loads of comments, people going, oh my God, who is it? Who is it? Wow, this is amazing. Yeah. And then Chris's brother used to go out to loads of trance and dance events and hard house and stuff with a friend of his who used to be a DJ back in the day, Andrew Bishop, or Bish as we know him, and Bish got like a WhatsApp group message saying, oh God, have you seen this on the trance page? Like, there's a band like playing like trance songs, and he's like, yeah, I know them. Yeah. And it's just like I think it's just so unexpected. They're just like, what? And lots of people often say to us, oh, I wasn't really sure what to expect. I thought it might be a bit, you know, poppy, a bit Spice Girls and Britpop and all that. And then they see it and they're like, what? And yeah, everyone loves it. It's really fun, and we're so lucky to do what we do.
I love it. Oh, Kelly, cool. It's just amazing. Really cool. Shelley Nadino 80s, can't wait to see you on the 8th of July.
Yeah, that would be cool.
So where are you on the 8th of July then?
Club Tropicana in St Leonard's.
Oh, I love it. I love it. I love it.
Near Skeg Vegas.
Oh my God, it's so much fun. Oh, you're doing such a great job, you know, and people want that, don't they? They want fun times, and it's just great that you exist. It's just fantastic. So
thank you.
Fabulous.
Well, keep spreading the word. Keep spreading the word.
Yeah. Oh, this has been amazing. Amazing. Oh, I just get to see you. So that's the main thing.
I know, that's cool as well, isn't it? And thanks to everyone who's joined and the questions and anything. And if there is, remember we're on at 6:45, so if there is any songs you think might be in the set, then pop them in here on the comments, and I'll see if I can get Shelter to do a little live of that section. What we do, and we're doing snap, technotronic, a bit of House of Pain. We're doing the trance set tonight, so that's like Planet Perfecto, Space Brothers, that kind of thing.
Charlie's asked a question: have you played in Sweden? I don't know if he means you guys, Ultra 90s or Max. So
actually, years ago we put a team together not musicians, just singers and dancers, of 10 people. And they did 3 or 4 weeks going from, where did they go from? It was Viking lines, like a mini cruise type thing, and it went from Sweden to Norway and back, like for a couple of weeks. And they did a lot of our show with that. On that, so kind of not me personally, but our show has been to Sweden and Norway.
Wow, amazing. So I don't understand that question. Everyone's saying hi.
Hi.
Shauna Rose. Hi. She says, Kelly, hi.
Kelly, hi. Hello.
Oh, right.
I did recognise a few of these names. I did recognise a few. Yeah, but sometimes, like, I feel really bad sometimes because some people are like, "Hi, Kelly," and I'm like, "Hi." Who are you? Like, and they're like, "Oh, do you remember we did know you did this gig?" And I'm like,
so what this is obviously being recorded, so I've got like a front cover and I'll put some content on and I'll save it and I'll tag you in, and hopefully it will go onto your page as well, so if people want to
because I ticked the collaborate thing that you sent me the other day, and then it came up on our page as well. So that's cool.
So cool.
Amazing.
Yes,
but yeah, like you say, I probably should go because it's now 4:05. So
yeah, me and you could talk forever.
5, 6. Yeah, we're gonna at about 2.5 hours. I know it's 2.5 hours, but we've still got quite a lot to do. So
okay. Have an amazing show. Have an amazing show.
Fantastic. Lovely to see you. Bye everyone.
Bye everyone. Thanks, Kelly. Lots of love. Big hugs.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.